Khloe Kardashian. She's arguably the one Kard Jenner who believes in fairy tale endings the most, yet she's never had one of her own. She currently just went through one of the biggest relationship fails with Tristan Thompson, who, as you all know, cheated on her just days before giving birth, and even more recently, he cheated on her with Kylie's best friend, Jordyn Woods. While you know I could go on and on about Tristan, I thought we'd change it up and take a little time to reflect on all of Khloe's failed relationships prior to this mess she had with Tristan. Thank goodness that is finally over, by the way. So get ready to take a walk down the hall of Khloe's failed relationships, people. Fingers crossed this will lead to the man of her dreams eventually. How's it going, guys? I'm Madison Hill. Our girl Khloe has sadly had her fair share of failed relationships, and we're about to break them all down right now. So get your tissues ready, because although this might be hard, I'm hoping that eventually it leads to Khloe finding the man of her dreams. First up on our list of Khloe's relationship fails goes all the way back to 2009 with a guy named Rashad McCants. To no surprise, Rashad was a professional basketball player in North Carolina. The two did go public with their relationship, but it wasn't necessarily in a positive light. During an episode of Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami, TBT to that gem of a spinoff, Khloe claimed that they broke up because, shocker, the guy cheated on her. Later, Rashad told the New York Post that those claims were false and that Khloe, quote, made the whole thing up for TV. The guy still carried some hostility for the Kard Jenner fan favorite. Years after they broke up, 8 years to be exact, the guy did an explosive interview with the Charlotte Observer where he claimed Khloe was the reason he only lasted 4 seasons in the NBA. Fun fact, the guy retired right before his 25th birthday, and he blames that Kard Jenner curse for the whole thing.
The what?
Yes, in case you don't follow sports, the Kard Jenner curse is something very well known among athletes that we must define right now because it's going to be a common theme throughout this video. It's essentially a belief that any athlete who dates a Kard Jenner woman is doomed. They're doomed, their team is doomed, essentially, it's all bad.
We're doomed!
Anyway, back to Rashad blaming Khloe for his short-lived NBA career. He told the Charlotte Observer that his relationship with Khloe was his, quote, biggest regret because it, quote, gave people an opportunity to doubt his commitment to the NBA. He then went on to say Khloe essentially cost him millions of dollars. He said, quote, without that situation in play, I'm a $60 to $70 million player easily.
Someone thinks they're worth a lot.
Personally, I feel like if he's still blaming Khloe for his failed career 8 years later, the guy needs to find another reason. But either way, you can see why this was a fail. The guy potentially cheated on her and claims she cost him millions. So yeah, definitely not Prince Charming. Moving on to the next guy on our list, Terrence J. He's essentially one of the only non-athletes Khloe has ever gone for, so you would think that would be the start of something good. However, it ended up being another fail. Actually, fail might be a strong word since the two were never technically in a serious relationship, so instead, let's call it a flop. You see, Khloe and Terrence met while they both hosted the show Khloe After Dark. This was again still in 2009, and the chemistry was definitely there. They were even caught having a hardcore makeout session by the Keeping Up cameras.
This is probably like one of the best nights of my life.
Now, you can see why I was not exaggerating when I said hardcore. However, later, Terrence chalked up the kiss to just two friends letting their guards down after one too many adult beverages. He said, quote, we are just friends. Neither of us remember the kiss. We were trying to remember who kissed who first, and we have both agreed to agree that it was just a long night where we both had some drinks and shared a good time. Honestly, after seeing these two and their chemistry again, I'm a little sad that it didn't end up working out. I feel like they had so much potential, and I think it would have been good for Khloe to have a full-on relationship with someone who isn't an athlete. But unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards, and their makeout was just a one-time thing. Hence why Terrence is classified as a flop instead of a failure. It just makes sense.
It really does.
Okay, next up on Khloe's list of failed relationships is NFL player Derrick Ward. These two were also linked in 2009. Yes, that was quite the busy year for Khloe. While it was never clear how serious these two were, Derrick did accompany Khloe and the rest of the Kard Jenners to Mexico to celebrate Kourtney's birthday that year.
What happens in Mexico stays in Mexico.
Knowing the Kard Jenners, we know that a family vacation is typically a pretty big step, but unfortunately, Khloe and Derrick did not last much longer after that. While it was never confirmed as to why these two ended up being a failure, something tells me Lamar Odom might have something to do with that, because shortly after Derrick, Khloe began her failure of a whirlwind romance with her first husband. Yes, we're going there next, people. Buckle up, because it's time to discuss Khloe and Lamar's failed relationship. The couple first met in 2009 and decided to get married just 1 month after they first met. Lucky for us, all of the drama leading up to the shotgun wedding was captured for a wedding special that aired on E!
The Wedding You Didn't See Coming is the episode you can't miss.
I, Khloe, take you, Lamar.
I, Khloe, take you, Lamar.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, The Wedding.
While we all had an inkling this relationship would fail after that special, the two did last longer than most expected. I mean, hello, they even had their own spin-off that I still have to admit is one of my favorites to this day.
I'm not gonna fight with my husband.
Arguing and making up is what people do.
We need to make a lot of love, and then we have a little Odom.
Sadly, Khloe and Lamar did not end up having a little Odom because, as you all know, their relationship started to take a turn for the worse when cheating rumors started swirling. Shortly after that, Khloe made the decision to file for divorce, although that was not finalized until years later because of Lamar and the whole, Nevada brothel situation. After overdosing and suffering from a stroke in the Nevada brothel, Lamar spent several days in the hospital with Khloe and the rest of the Kardashian clan by his side. While some thought this would end with these two reconciling, Khloe did end up finalizing their divorce in 2015. And although you would expect for there to be hard feelings, all things considered, they do seem okay now. Shortly after their divorce was finalized, during an interview, Khloe said, quote, "I want to be there for him always and do everything he needs or wants." Plus, we all know Lamar had nothing but positive thoughts for Khloe when news broke that she was expecting with Tristan. At the time, he said, quote, "To tell you the truth, it couldn't happen to a better person. I know if she could take care of a grown man for 4 years the way she took care of me, I know she could take care of a baby." While these two are labeled as a fail, I think there's still some people out there who wish they would get back together. Maybe even Khloe falls into that category, as recently she posted this that says, "Soulmates never die," and many people thought she was giving a shout out to Lamar. Of course, we will never fully know if she was or not, but I'll admit, after taking a walk down memory lane of their relationship, I kind of miss them together, until I remember that he cheated on her and ended up in that situation. Then I'm snapped back to reality and remember that, yeah, he was a major fail. Okay, moving on to Khloe's next failed relationship. Well, this one is again technically more of a fling, but anyway, rapper The Game. These two had a fling in 2013 when her and Lamar finally announced that they had split. It's no surprise Khloe would have turned to him after her marriage ended because she's admitted that they've known each other since they were 14. While these two have never confirmed they were dating, The Game has rapped about effing 3 Kardashians and taking care of Kylie Jenner when she was little. So because of the shade post hookup, this little fling definitely falls in the failure category.
Failure of any kind is failure.
Next up on Khloe's list is baseball player Matt Kemp. Now, I know what you're thinking, a baseball player. Wow, Khloe was switching it up after her breakup with Lamar and fling with The Game, because these two were also linked in late 2013. Khloe and Matt stirred up rumors when Matt posted this picture of Kris Jenner's signature Christmas decorations. While everyone thought Khloe might have found her next match post-Lamar, our hearts were eventually broken when a source close to the reality star spoke to E! And cleared things up. At the time, a source told E! That Khloe was still hurt after her breakup from Lamar and that she was in no frame of mind to jump into another relationship, which is why this is considered a big fat fail. So while Matt and Khloe didn't have their time back in 2013, I think they should maybe see if they can make something happen now that some time has passed. As far as I know, the guy is still single.
In theory, it could work.
Although The Game and Matt Kemp were technically Khloe's first failed relationships after her marriage to Lamar Odom ended, her most notable one following her marriage would be with French Montana. And while that probably contributed to it failing, they still shared some good times together. For example, French made his appearance on a Kardashian spinoff, Kourtney and Khloe Take the Hamptons.
She's being sarcastic because all you do is FaceTime.
And talk on the phone about nothing. All day long. Awkward. Him and Khloe.
And Khloe starred in one of his music videos for her song, Don't Panic. So yeah, the two were definitely a thing, and while French is one of the few guys who is not rumored to cheat on Khloe, they eventually ended up failing because she wasn't ready for a serious relationship yet, so soon after her marriage ended. During an episode of Kourtney and Khloe Take the Hamptons, Khloe opened up about their breakup, saying, quote, "It's nothing against French. I jumped into something because I was just like lonely and destructive. We're great friends and I think we're going to be friends forever. They definitely have remained close. Shortly after news broke of Tristan's cheating scandal, French Montana admitted that he just wanted Khloe to be happy. And there were even rumors that Khloe backslid and hooked up with him as a way to get back at Tristan shortly after he cheated on her. Whether or not that's true, clearly these two just missed their timing, but I don't think there's a chance they'll ever revisit a relationship together soon.
Not a chance.
Next up on the list of Khloe's failed relationships brings us to James Harden. After a little NBA break, Khloe found herself back to the court after her relationship with French Montana. These two dated back in 2015, and it was later revealed that they ended things because, shocker, James wasn't faithful to Khloe. Interesting how all of these athletes come with the same pattern, right? Anyway, Khloe later alluded to James's cheating during an episode of her show Cocktails with Khloe. She claims that she didn't want to be monogamous with James, that he insisted on it, and then couldn't keep it in his pants.
He sought me out, he wanted to be committed, and,
Interesting.
you know, then wasn't committed.
So you were like playing the guy role.
Go.
Well, that might seem a little harsh. James got his revenge with some comments he made about Khloe after their relationship ended. During an interview once they broke up, he called his time with Khloe the worst year of his life. He went on to say, quote, "I don't need pictures of myself when I'm driving my car. Who cares? What shoes am I wearing? Who cares? Where am I eating? Who cares? It was unnecessary stuff that trickled down to my teammates. I had to eliminate that." See what I mean about the Kardashian curse coming into play? Personally, I feel like this was a bit harsh considering Khloe did open up about how hard the breakup was on her. Despite playing it cool on the clip I showed you earlier, Khloe said that the attention she got from their breakup was challenging. She said, quote, "It's almost like you have to go through it twice, privately and publicly. I've been there for sure and it's hard. It's humiliating, like pouring salt into an open wound. It definitely makes it hard to close that chapter of your life." While that is sad to hear, Khloe eventually recovered from that relationship into another failure, but still, she recovered. Essentially, we can chalk her relationship up with James Harden to ending because of the Kardashian curse and, of course, his cheating. So let's move on to the next failure on our list.
She stinks of failure.
However, first I'm gonna mention two flops. One of those being Trey Songz. In the summer of 2016, the two were seen getting real cuddly at several clubs during that time. However, later, Khloe chalked it up to just having some fun. Our other flop worth mentioning goes to Odell Beckham Jr. Before her and Tristan Thompson got together, Khloe and OBJ were seen flirting it up at a pool party. Although it looked like something was going on, Khloe cleared it up on Twitter later saying, "Sorry to burst your bubble. When a couple drinks, a little flirting, and an invasion of privacy collide, things may look crazy. However, this ain't that, and that ain't this." All right, people, that now brings us to Khloe's most recent failed relationship, Tristan Thompson. These two were first spotted together in August of 2016, and let's be honest, when they first got together, we thought this was gonna be a good thing. Then it was announced that they were starting a family together. We got a pregnancy photo shoot, and still we thought, this is a good thing. However, we all know this couple bliss came to an immediate halt when it was revealed just days before Khloe gave birth that Tristan cheated on her with multiple women.
There's a video of Tristan making out with a girl last night. I know, Khloe's gonna die.
We know Khloe did end up going into labor essentially thanks to the stress, and to our surprise, Tristan was in the delivery room, and everyone kept their cool for the most part. Except maybe Kim, who was acting like all of us would have if that was our sibling going through that situation. Since all of this happened, Khloe and Tristan have been on a major roller coaster ride. One day, Khloe posts a cryptic quote that makes us think they've split. The next, they're seen out together in public. However, thanks to recent events, I can happily say the roller coaster ride has officially ended. We knew it was on the brink of being over when we heard Tristan has a new side chick who goes by the name of Asha Mack, and on top of that, we heard he was doing some flirting with ladies who were not Khloe on Valentine's Day. Then the literal unthinkable happened, and let's be honest, the nail in the Khloe and Tristan coffin. We found out that Tristan Thompson cheated on Khloe again with Kylie's best friend and longtime Kardashian pal, Jordyn Woods. This went down during Valentine's Day weekend while Tristan was hosting a house party. Him and Jordyn were reportedly all over each other and seen making out. Then she spent the night there until 7 a.m. the next day. Sources told TMZ that at first Kylie had a hard time believing that her best friend would do such a thing, but after doing some research and contacting people at the house party, she came to the conclusion that it was true. Plus, it's worth mentioning that Khloe essentially confirmed the news herself when she commented on this Hollywood Unlocked post. While Khloe is of course hurt by what Jordyn did, the one positive here is that this was the thing that made her kick Tristan to the curb once and for all. Sources have reported that at this point the two have no chance of reconciling, but she will be civil with him for the sake of their daughter, True. You all know how I feel about Tristan. While several of Khloe's past boyfriends cheated on her, I would argue his circumstances are the worst because the guy put her through not one, but two cheating scandals, one of which happened with someone who was very close to the family. Unfortunately, as I slightly mentioned earlier, Khloe's failed relationship with Tristan will never actually fully end as they share their daughter, True. However, I think we can all agree that she's the best thing to ever come out of any of Khloe's failures. That little girl is one little cutie. Alright you guys, that's it. A complete list of Khloe's failed relationships. So now you know what time it is. Time for you to tell me all of your thoughts. What was your reaction to all of Khloe's past flings and relationships? Do you feel for her? Do you think her happy ending is still out there? Let me know down there in the comments. For more news on your fave celebs, make sure to check out our recent video. And as always, for more entertainment news, subscribe to Hollyscoop now.